Hey guys, this is my review of what you should buy if you're looking to buy or get into the Forest franchise. I've played a pretty decent amount of these games. I have 45 hours in the original. Although, okay, I have more. I choose to play on console and 72 on Sons of the Forest. Um, I can pretty fairly give a pretty decent explanation of how what to actually buy. Now, most franchises, the two games are completely different and not in a great way, honestly, in my opinion. I'm gonna first talk about the Forest, go over the pros and cons, and then I'll go over the Sons of Forest, the sequel, and then I'm gonna compare the two, and then I'll give you what I would recommend you would buy. So there's a price difference. The Forest is $20, and Sons of the Forest is 30 on Steam. Um, so if you are a little low on cash, you could also just get the original. But let's start. The pros of the Forest, the original. The story is one of my favorite in all of fiction. I just played that game where you got to go into a bunch of random caves to figure out. Like, it doesn't tell you what to do like at all, right? And it's something that you kind of got to figure out or Google. I feel tried to figure out, but I just ended up Googling it. And that's honestly, usually don't say this, but that is how I recommend you play, unless you want to spend like 100 days just to finally understand how to start the story. But that's the only thing I don't like as much. But I do think it taking this much time to actually find out what to do can be quite helpful. So honestly, it's your choice, but the story's a little hard to. The next pro, the enemy designs are a lot better, in my opinion. They're a lot spookier. Because the thing is, it's a horror franchise, but the sequel is not a horror game. Like, it's just not scary. Like, the original is spooky. You know, I've played that game already, and I'll still get spooked when I get jumped by cannibals, because it's, it's just so good, and it's just good. It's great, man. So, uh, I think the gameplay maybe over worse sequel, in my opinion. But the actual like coreness of it is much better. Like it's just a really good horror game. Another pro is the map. The map in the sequel is sure, like you can see the map here actually. This is it's I can't even see the entire map here, but this is like an 18th of the map, and going from the from the like corners, like if I go to the bottom left to the top right corner, that would take like a couple hours. And originally I thought that was a good thing, but it's not. I don't know why they made the map so absurdly large. But the original is a lot more densely packed, which I really, really like. It makes traversing it easier, even though there's not that many great ways to traverse in that game. It makes it a lot more enjoyable having to walk 8,000 miles. Another benefit is, of course, the whole like mysteriousness of it, right? I mean, because it's technically spoiler. It's literally the intro sequence, so I don't feel too bad about spoiling it. In the original, right? Your plane crashes and your son gets kidnapped. And it feels like you're trying to unravel everything that's already happening. Like you're just a human being trying to figure out what's happening. And this, you're like a fucking SEAL team guy who is gonna help. Like it's way less of like the sequel is less of a survival game, more of just like a living game, right? You're not really trying to survive with guns. But the original does a perfect job at really just showing how like your character doesn't really know what's happening. You know, he doesn't know. He doesn't have all the answers. And I really, really like that about the game. It feels like it feels like you know just as much of as the character. Because in this game, it's shocking. This guy clearly does not really need. He's trained for this kind of stuff. But the original character isn't, and I liked it a lot more, right? But yeah, so the original Forest overall, I would say way better, way, way, way better story. I like the enemies a lot more. The building system kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It really sucks. And it can be quite aggravating that because you just need to grind so many logs, and then those are so annoying to grind because you constantly get attacked. And it can be incredibly aggravating at times to try to build your base up when there's just non-stop attacks happening all the time. But overall, I believe it's around like an 8.5 out of 10 game. It's really good, especially you just got to get past like the beginning. The beginning can be very, very difficult because you're gonna always keep getting attacked, like, and you don't even have a base or walls. But once you get past this little hurdle, it can be the most fun you can have in like gaming in general. Like just exploring the caves, it's the spookiness of it, like that general just figuring out how to actually survive. Um, the raids, right? I think a great part of the first game was the raids. You would just get raided by these armies of cannibals, like they would come to your base, and I loved those. They were so fun. Like, yeah, they would kill me every once in a while, but it was so fun to have to defend my base against them. But in the sequel, they're more just like two guys try to break into your base. You shoot one of them, and the other one's away. And I mean, it's a lot more realistic. Not like fun. That's fun, you know. But yeah, so now talk about Sons of the Forest, right? This game. Let me start off by saying the story is terrible. They took one of my favorite stories in all of fiction and turned it into. I'm not going to spoil anything, meaning, but they turned it to a sci-fi piece of shit mess that relies on like bad cutscenes, uh, like over the top cutscenes, over the top monsters, and way more of like a thriller than a horror, right? Because like no, in one of the caves you find a fucking spaceship. It's supposed to be a survival game about surviving against cannibals, and yet you're you have a spaceship. And I just it's not even a survival game at this point. It's just a game, it's a sci-fi game. And the original was so good because it felt like your character was he was just a normal guy. He wasn't like I mean yeah, he was like, cabins out of like 8 logs. Still, if this game was more like a classic bad sci-fi game, then Chase it is the Forest story. But that's the worst flaw of this game, right? But honestly, there's a lot of good things as well. The building system is incredibly enjoyable. I the thing is, it can okay. The building in the original forest wasn't bad, but the main problem was that it just was so hard to get the resources because you were just constantly under attack, especially late game when there's even more guys attacking you. In this game, you get a little helper guy called like I don't actually remember. I'm not even at my base. I should probably go back. Yeah, okay, it's the middle. I'm not gonna make a tent real quick. Give me a sec. But yeah, where is the door? Here. What is this? Whatever. But yeah, the story pretty sucks. I'm not even gonna lie. It's rough, man. Um, and then the building is a lot better, in my opinion. I didn't love the building in the first game. I thought it was just really aggravating. But you have a helper who will basically just get you resources. Did this in the wrong order, okay? But yeah, so honestly, the building's a lot better. Uh, oh my, oh, there's the helper. I don't. Why are you here? And why are you covered in blood? Hey, I don't know why he's here. I'm not even gonna lie. But this is a little helper guy who can get you like wood and shit, which I originally wasn't too big of a fan of, but it just makes the game a lot more fun. And it's not the one other thing I don't really like about this game is that you would like you can get guns very easily. Like you can get the pistol you can get a pistol instantly, really. You can yeah you can where is it? Pistol somewhere here. Well, it's somewhere in my inventory that's way too big, but you get my point, right? You can get so many guns, it just make it the game feel so easy. 'Cause, and I sort of like it, right? Also it takes away a lot from the game because I mean I just feel less like a survival experience and more of just wandering around, you know? Because I mean it's just not that cool when you about every cannibal. Because I enjoy the challenge of the game a lot more than I enjoy the actual um and I not gameplay, but like I don't know. You get my point, probably. We go to sleep. But there's also good things about Sons of the Forest. The graphics are really, really good. And though the map is way, way too big, I do like the design. I like the middle mountain range. But oh shit, I can't speak and play the game at the same time. But so there's a lot of good things about it. Like I said, I like the way the island looks. Another big thing I like is seasons, right? As you can see, it's the middle. It's like winter, and Usually in these games, there's snow on the ground, but this game makes winter a lot harder to survive, right? I mean, you're always freezing. You can't really get water as easily because all the streams they freeze. You can't use your rain collectors because they freeze. And it's really just I really like the survival aspect of the seasons. I really thought that was a good choice. Um, but yeah, honestly, I feel like the main difference is the first game has much better story and feels much like more like a horror survival game, while the sequel feels like it has a terrible story, but it just feels more like a generic survival game. Though that is fun, but it doesn't have the same horror aspect as the original, right? The building system is a lot better. So I think if you want the authentic surviving experience, you play the Forest One, the original. And if you want more of a calm, casual experience, play the sequel. Mm. And it really just depends on what game you want to play, right? For me, I like the Forest better. There's a lot less to do after you beat the game, and but it's just there's something about it that is just really, really great. It's honestly one of my favorite games of all time. But if you want a more casual experience, you don't want to spend hours looking for what to do next. You don't need to constantly be fighting everything and almost, and you want to feel like you want it to be less of a survival experience and more of just like a survival experience, I guess. Then play this. But it's really your choice, you know. But don't expect the good story from the sequel. It is terrible. Okay, I guess it's not terrible. It's terrible compared to the original, right? Because the original is one of my favorite stories of all time. But yeah, that's basically it. Um, yeah, I recommend you check them out though. It's a really good, really fun franchise. In the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, the beginning can be quite difficult because it feels like you take so long to get build the base. Um, but yeah, I don't know, man. I know you do you. Thanks for watching. Um, and yeah, that's basically it. Bye.